made out of cast iron. Like 2,000 years ago, it still represents the same symbol, the immortality of the fallen braves. The Turkish Jew ensemble marks the apex of his artistic career. In his remaining 19 years, he created less than 15 pieces, mostly reworking earlier themes, and while his fame grew, he withdrew. Brynjar died in 1957, but he was posthumously inducted as a member of the Romanian Academy in 1990. The artist was not only a real descendant of the Dacian people, but he used his genius to bring back to life the old art, traditions, and symbolism of our ancient culture. Well, this was my brief introduction describing Brynjar, and I'd like to allow Dr. Savescu to talk to you about the history in the region and the parallels that he has seen between the old art and Brynjar. Dr. Savescu, please.
Thank you. First, I wanted to read everything, and I realized that it's going to be boring, so let's try to make it more interactive. I was all the time curious to know the roots of Brynjar's inspiration, how he became what he became, the pioneer of abstracted art. And for this, we have to look a little bit far away in the history of Europe and to learn something from that. I would like to please to leave them these books to look inside, and you may discover some of Brynjar's art here, which is more than 8,000 years old. So let's start a little bit with history of Europe, as is not all the time presented in the books. A lot of phenomena happen in Europe, strange one. Like 12,500 years ago, when the entire Europe and Asia was covered with ice. More than 2 kilometers, that means 1.5 miles ice was thick, covering 1/3 of Europe. Sudden ducts of the earth move a little bit, the temperature increases, and this ice color, ice shield, start to melt. This determines a sudden increase in the level of the sea and oceans with 150 meters, which means almost 450 feet. Southern England from peninsula became an island. The Atlantic Ocean started to communicate with Mediterranean Sea. The level of the Mediterranean Sea increased so much that Italy, which used to be part of whatever today we know as Croatia, became a peninsula. The area which is in our interest is, as a matter of fact, Balkanic area. This Balkanic peninsula used to be linked with Turkey, with Anatolia. Increasing the level of the ocean, of the Mediterranean Sea with 150 meters, determined this piece of land to be sunk. Whatever remained there, few tip of the mountains, which are forming today the island which belong, majority of them, to Greece, and the new sea, so-called Thracian Sea. Later, the name was changed in Aegean Sea. This increase in the water didn't stop there. Like a huge tsunami burst to the Strait of Bosphorus. And suddenly, the larger lake, which exists at that time in Europe, freshwater lake, an area where today is Black Sea, was covered with the salty water from the Mediterranean Sea. The power of this tsunami was like 300 times of Niagara Falls. The level of the Black Sea was increasing with 15 centimeters daily. The people who are living around this freshwater sea, they have to run desperately, bringing with them not only the memory of this catastrophic event, but also the culture, the language. Sudden, 8,600 years ago, in Europe appeared a new diaspora. As a matter of fact, there are 4 or 5 branches of the new immigrants in Europe. One of them was the western branch of Indo-European people. Another one, so-called the LBK, if you are familiar, linear band ceramic. Another one was Vinca civilization. This civilization brought first time the writing, right? was a pictogram pyramid with 2,500 years earlier in Sumer. Also, Inca civilization has a lot of characteristics now. And if you look in that book, which I gave to you, you'll discover figure number 2, femur, which is more abstract than push that be able to do it. You will observe that figure number 247, the keys of Brynjar, as a matter of fact, that piece of fact is called a lab, and it's 7,000 years old. They found this in Bubenica, near Bucharest. The phallus, which created so many problems to the push, you'll find the figure number 94. Suddenly discovered that all European civilization, more than 8,000 years, as Brynjar was able to get inspiration in this culture and created whatever we know today is abstract art. And if you look there also, you'll see the figure, I think is 247, you see the tinker or rodin. And you'll see that it's not only one tinker, you see that there are 24 tinkers all over the space where is today Romania. All look like whatever Rodin tried to do it. So we have to think that whatever we believe that is discovered today is having roots far away in our history. And it was my pleasure to share you this information. And sure, if you have any question, I will be more than happy to answer. Thank you. You don't have to clap your hands, it's okay. So, if you have any question, please start with this gentleman with Andy. Yes, please. What's your name?
I was under the impression that this evening was a critique of the Brancusi cult.
Yes. Well, we sort of organized this panel in the sense that critique on what is being written about him, what is being interpreted, like all the interpretations of his work would come out of this presentation. So right now you're in the middle of that.
Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is Eileen. I'd like to know if he walked from Romania to Paris. I heard that he did.
I really don't know. Maybe. I think it's more or less the size of the. It's probably. There are over 1,500 kilometers. I don't think that someone is able to do it even today, even if it's a globetrotter.
No, my grandmother worked from Siberia. When she was freed from the Gulag, she worked from Siberia to Odessa. It took her 2 years, but she made it. She won. I mean, she didn't have a choice.
Please don't ask so many questions. By the way, did you enjoy the book? Did you look to see what's there? The book which I gave it to you?
I don't think they've made it very far yet.
That's what we're around here.
So may I ask you a question there? If you don't ask us, we are going to ask you a question. Let me choose someone.
Maybe it would be good to talk a bit more about the kiss itself. The sculpture of the kiss and...
What do you think? Because you are the...
Yeah, we could do a bit of a debate about the symbolism and the different works of with the theme of kiss that there were.
or whatever it's in Târgu Jiu, no?
Yes. And I mean, in Târgu Jiu, his gate right now become sort of a pop icon because a lot of young couples are actually also organizing marriages inside this porch. I mean, each year there's this sort of new tradition which established itself over the years.
But I wonder why not the kiss of Gubelnica, which is 7,000 years older. It's not so well known. If you look there in that book, you see the figure 247. You see the lover of Gubelnica, that lovers 7,000 years ago, they put up the same itself in that sculpture. What do you say about the kiss? Inspired why we think that particular piece is and he studied the whole history, he studied all the history of Romania, everybody who is in the specific country, for example, let's say in Bangladesh, you enjoy to study the history of Bangladesh because you are born there. He was born in Romania, and the whole name of Romania was Invitation, and being a simple person, he was deeply in touch with the old folk, with the old culture, with the symbolism which is all over Romania, probably every country. And Brynjar tried to imitate in the beginning this symbolism, and after that he became really abstract. They tried to extract the essence of everything as he said. It's not important to see how the object looks like. It's important what you can find inside of that. And that was, this is that which everybody enjoys. The main people are puzzled because they don't understand exactly the meaning, so they try to guess.
Don't you think that Lukush, because of his personality, because of his status right now, sort of overshadowed the actual roots of his inspiration?
He never gave up of this. He was a very simple guy, very humble guy who, as my friend said before, he used to cook traditional Romanian food, used to enjoy listening music, but he was not, let's say, attached only to Romania. He traveled all over the world, Egypt, and he was in touch with the old Egyptian art. He traveled to India and all over Europe. And if someone from you from the room wants to help me a little bit, really I will appreciate it.
Sorry, you were saying also about Rodin's thinker and how he,
Yes,
how he might have been, what I got was he might have been influenced or
It's very difficult to believe that Rodin, which was also a person pretty intelligent, didn't hear about the thinker. As a matter of fact, this thinker, which appeared in the culture of Hamangia in the southeast of Romania, it's unique in its way. It's the first marble statue in the history of mankind. It's not too big, it's 11 centimeters, something like that. And he was found with his wife near. And I think it's more than a symbol. And if Rodin tried to sculpture a finger, it was impossible not to be aware about the Hamangia culture, the thinker of Hamangia like everybody else today.
in Rodin's case.
I'm sorry?
Would you say which also influenced Rodin in his case?
Absolutely. Living there with everybody, France that time was a center of civilization, they said, for everybody who wanted to study from artistic civilization. And we cannot deny that they were together. And
yeah, but a case is a very universal theme and the same as a thinker to a certain point, but a case is everywhere.
if you believe that Phidias is an influence in sculpture, sure, or Michelangelo. Is this a kiss?
You see, it's universal, it's everywhere. It's influenced by life.
the question, what is the idea behind it? Let's go. It's still going on?
Still going on? Currently.
That's part of the presentation? Yes. Thank you very much. It's over, right? Or you still want something to present or world is still here? Nobody control it, anything. It's like free.